Guys, welcome back. My hat says you look like you love me. I thought it was kind of fitting for today's episode. Happy Wednesday is when you're going to see this. I hope you had a great week. I chopped my hair a little bit. I love it. Um, I am not currently going through a breakup, but I wanted to touch on that topic today. I'm ready to talk about all things breakup. What if you're feeling stuck? I hope this helps you. I hope you never have to go through this. I really do. But unfortunately, that's how life goes sometimes. But whether you are leaving a person or they left you, it's never easy. And that's okay. That just means it wasn't your person. Maybe it wasn't the right time. You will find your person. Your person will come along. They absolutely will. My last serious relationship, I'd say, was it ended last February. So February of 25 is when it ended. It definitely was a messy breakup. I have been through another breakup that was more friendly, I guess you could say. But this one was a messy one for sure. Most of the time, you don't see these breakups coming from an outsider's perspective. Most of the time. Sometimes you can. Your friends might see it, family might see it, they might not. Depends on how much you share with them. But a lot of relationships look so perfect on the outside. And what I mean by that is pictures on social media, videos on social media, the way you present yourselves at gatherings with other friends, with family. Um, but then inside the relationship, when it's just the two of you, that is like the ooey gooey middle that no one sees unless you choose to share it. Relationships that can be very private or they can be very public, depending on how you choose to show it. In the past, I have put my relationships out there on social media. And I think the next relationship I'm in, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Just to protect myself a little bit more, protect the people around me too. Your friends, your family, they do not like seeing you hurt at all. Whether that's emotionally, physically, or just any of it. Your friends don't want to see it. They will help you through it all, but they want you to be happy and healthy. 100%. Another thing that a lot of people don't see is the hope for change. Like outsiders don't see that. You on the inside of your relationship will stay for so long, hoping the other person is going to change. You have talks, you have all these conversations about what needs to be fixed in your relationship in hopes that you can change the person. There is a confusing phase of should I stay or should I go? Like right now. And you see, it's confusing because you see the good in them, but then you counteract it with, oh, but they're not doing this for me. And I probably should leave now. It's happened way too long and nothing's changed. But that is a confusing phase, and friends are there to help, but you have to do what is best for yourself. We always stay because we're comfortable with that person. They know us, we know them. Routines don't have to change if we stay. Um, you know what to expect from this person. I think everyone has a fear of starting over. That means you have to retell your story, retell what you're scared of, your favorite foods, something so simple as your favorite color. We have to retell our family story if we have one. There's so much to starting over that we are scared to do. Starting over is never a bad thing, especially if you find your person. I have tried to put myself out there, but I think the scariest part for me is starting over. But once you find someone who makes you comfortable, then it's definitely not an issue. If you feel comfortable, you will open up and tell your story, and there's like no hesitation on telling certain things that I've always wanted to talk about with, I don't know, a previous guy that I didn't feel comfortable doing. Um, anyways, when you're deciding between breaking up and staying with this person, our heads always try to remember the good version, quote unquote, of them. Such as, oh, they gave me flowers. They took me on dates in the beginning. They make me happy. They want to spend time and hang out. They're excited. They were excited to see me. That was the good version of them that we always hope is going to come back and resurface. With that being said, we try to change the person we're with. Over the years, I've realized you cannot change anyone. They have to be wanting to change themselves, or they're just going to stay what they are doing. I have I dated a guy who went out to the bars every single weekend. Fine, you do that. I can't change you, but that's not something I want in my relationship, you know? And I would voice my opinion on that. And I would then get told, "Oh, those are my friends. I only get to see my friends on the weekends." Okay, do something else. You don't have to go drinking all the time when you're almost 30 years old. It's crazy. But that's an example. Like, if that person has their routine down and those are their values and that's how they view friendship, then let them be that person. Do not force a change. That is your time to then step away, find someone who does value your values. Find someone who will always go get you flowers. Someone who would rather invite you out to hang out with his friends rather than just saying, like, I don't want you to come with me, or it's a guy's night. No, like, yes, that can happen. 100%. You can have guys' nights all you want, but it's the feeling of being wanted for sure. And girls need that a lot. Reassurance. And you can say, no, I don't want to go hang out with you and the boys. And that's really fine. But it's like the invite was there, you know? You know that the man has a good heart. He means well, but he doesn't give you what you need. Another thing is, us women, we tend to use the phrase, they just need time. No, Men don't need time. They either know it, know that they want it, or they know that they don't. I mean, this goes for like girls as well. We don't change for someone else. And if we try to change for someone else, that's where everything goes downhill because then we're throwing our friends away. They're throwing their friends away. That's unhealthy in a relationship. You can't just give someone time to change because it's not going to happen. And as hard as that is to hear, the person you are meant to be with will not need to change who they are. They will find you, you will find them, and it will be perfect for you. You will have so much fun. You won't have to care about friends or the bars or trust. I don't even know. I There are so many things that go into this, into relationships. But you can't stay waiting for something to change and hoping it will get better. Now, don't get me wrong. There are things that can get better in a relationship. But there are certain things that will never get better, like changing a person. Okay, the hard truth. You typically end up in a relationship with their potential, their promises, and their good moments. Their potential, their promises, and their good moments. When you look at those three things, you choose to ignore the bad and the ugly. And I'm not saying every relationship is perfect. Every relationship will have problems, but things that can be worked on. But you only see these three things. You don't see their patterns that happen all the time. They repeat themselves. That is what a pattern is. If he says he's going to change something and then it stays like that for a week, but then he goes back to that old thing and it just repeats itself over and over again, it's not going to change. But you have fallen in love with the guy who has potential, who has given you promises down the road, and someone who you enjoy their good moments, but it's far less good moments than bad moments. Going off of that, staying in a relationship longer than you should. Like, why? Why do we do it? Well, we do it for a lot of reasons. Comfort is the main one. And girls choose, I mean, guys could as well, but I only know from a girl's perspective. We will choose comfort over happiness. Whatever we are comfortable with, we will go with that. It does not always have to make us happy, which is the really sad part. In a relationship, you should always, always, always want to be happy. You should have a person that is adding to your happiness, not taking it away or bringing it. You should be happy before you even go into a relationship. Why is it hard to let go? Oh my gosh. I was in a relationship for almost 2 years, and that man I could not let go of for like an entire year, even when I dated someone else. This man was always in the back of my head. But it was hard to let go because it was also a friendship that I was losing. It's hard to let go of people because you see glimpses of what your future will look like. You see the good things. You see the family you're building, the house you're moving into, the jobs you talk about. In reality, that's so far away. Jobs are so hard to get these days. It's almost impossible to live on your own. Rent is so high, houses are so high, especially here in Colorado. Um, if I wanted to move out of mom and dad's house, I would need like 4 roommates. Or I would have to move somewhere super, super cheap, like a different state, which would be so hard. But back to why it's hard to let go. There have been probably moments, more moments than not, that make you want to stay. But the moments that make you not want to stay are a lot harder and bigger than the ones that make you want to stay. Again, it's seeing the good in the person when the good is there, when it happens. I don't know about everyone else, but for me, if I leave a person or we talk about it, it feels like we've just given up on each other. But in reality, we have tried to work things out and it just doesn't work. There was no giving it up. We had tried everything that we could. Don't associate leaving someone to you're giving up. If you have tried, you're not giving up at all. You have to do what is best for you. One of my out of the 2 serious relationships I've had, one of them ended because of career struggles. And that is totally okay. In your early 20s, I mean, I'm mid-20s now, I guess. Oh my God, I'm 25, guys. That's crazy. But finding a career can be so difficult. Um, it's not easy to get jobs these days. You need lots of experience or a master's or even a degree. And some people don't go to school anymore, which is totally fine. You can do trades, you can cosmetology, esthetician, construction, plumbing, electrical, painting. There's so many things you can do, but we're not all exposed to everything. I think it depends on how you grow up as well. But that relationship ended because of career struggles. And help was given, but it wasn't fully taken, if that makes sense. Um, but there is a difference between supporting growth and like waiting for someone to grow and be completely different. Supporting growth is being there for the person, watching them succeed, watching them fail, but growing from the mistakes they made. But if you are waiting for someone to be a completely different person, then you are taking a toll on your mental health, just waiting and waiting. You're not helping, you're just sitting there impatiently waiting. So, there is definitely a difference between supporting and waiting. Definitely, whoever you are with, support them. Be there for them. Let them know, reassure them that you will always be there no matter what they need. Asking yourself, if nothing about them changed, why would I stay? If they are not willing to work on things together, mind you, together as a couple, why should I stay? And again, this is not changing the person, but this is fixing things in the relationship that you both struggle with, not just one person individually. But like, why would you stay? Comfort? Security? The hopes and dreams that they tell you about? The promises? But we don't ask ourselves, are we truly happy in what we're putting ourselves through? Is this the person I want to spend the rest of my life with? Is this the person who I want to travel the world with? Is this the person that I want to help me when I'm struggling? Another question is, am I in love with who they are today or who I hope they become? I think in my relationships, I was in love with them because I was waiting for who they were going to become. Don't get me wrong, I loved them for like who they were too. But I think the painted picture in my head was what I was truly waiting for. In one of my relationships, I was told, painted the perfect picture of what I wanted my life to look like. I wanted a huge mom car. A huge mom car. I mean, I still do. But I wanted a big house. I wanted my kids to grow up with me being at home with them during the day, playing sports in the afternoon. I would always want to coach gymnastics. That's a for sure thing. Um, but I was painted this vision where I got all of that. I was told that I would only have to work if I wanted to. I was told I could have the big mom car. I was told, yeah, let's get married and have kids right away. I it was I was in love with the vision that I saw with these people. And that's not who you should be in love with. You should be in love with people who they are right now. And you should be able to grow with them, not wait to grow at the end, if that makes sense. The moment you knew it was over. I think for me, when I had to break up with someone, I was so mentally drained from the fighting, the constant back and forth. My mental health really had gone downhill. And during this time, I was out of state, living out of state. So it was a long distance relationship, which did not work at all for us. There was a lot of trust lost. Um, the time difference also was hard. Um, I would stay up until 4 in the morning, around there, waiting for this guy to get home from the bars. And then I would have to wake up like 5, 6 o'clock to go do my internship. Then I would nanny right after that. Then I was coaching college gymnastics after I nannied. Then I would get home, would not take a nap. I would go to the gym, make dinner. Then I'm trying to go to bed. But it's like, it's the pattern. I'm not going to bed until like 4 a.m., waiting for this dude to get home. And it is the cycle. But I was so exhausted and my mental health plummeted so much. I did not want to be where I was. I ended up not enjoying a lot of the things I was doing. I was worrying about this other person more than I should have. Um I was dealing with a lot of like anxiety and depression. It's hard. It really is. Um but I had a lot of friends also that helped me through that stage of life, which I'm very thankful for. Don't wait until it hurts you that much to end things. Do it before your mental health gets too bad, please. I love you. Your family loves you. We don't want to see you hurt in any capacity like that. We don't want to see our friends or loved ones struggle. Uh, Another part of like knowing that's already over is choosing your peace over the relationship. And what I mean by that is you are putting your phone down. You are not talking to them as much as you were. You're focusing on other things. Oh, I'll call you after this instead of, oh yeah, you could call me right now. Um, you're also not going out of your way anymore to make them happy and do what they would like. Okay, the aftermath. After you break up, it's really hard to not miss them. No matter if it was a short relationship, a long relationship, you are going to miss them. You're going to miss the routine you had. You're going to miss the comfort, the person you talk to all the time. Um, you are going to miss them, but you know this is the right decision for yourself. Another thing after breakup is how lonely you feel is almost the same as missing them. Going from telling someone all of your work drama, all like how your day was every single day for however long you dated, to now you're not telling anyone. Which, by the way, is totally fine. It is okay. Um, I almost enjoy not telling someone every single thing every single day. It's lovely. It's like freeing. You have a weight taken off of your shoulders, knowing that you can just keep yourself to yourself. Um, it is hard going from spending the night with someone to sleeping in your own bed every night. That's tough. It is tough from, well, it's tough going from having someone to hold you when you cry, when you're struggling, to having to hold yourself when you are struggling. Okay, this is the part where I said I was going to talk about it later. Setting boundaries after a breakup. When I broke up 2 years ago, three, it was some time ago. Eh, 2 years ago now, maybe. When this guy had broken up with me, we didn't set boundaries. It was a call me if you need. Like I'm always here for you, so like feel free to reach out kind of thing. And I think that's the part that broke me. We were never doing like no contact. We also shared custody of a dog though. So that also made it really hard. Um I also was very close with his family. So that was also hard. Like setting boundaries. There were no boundaries set with them. Um his mom was helping me with school. So I would go over and just go to see her, but then he would always be there. um so set boundaries when you break up. I know people talk about going no contact, and it really is the best thing for you. I know it's hard, but it will help you a million times more, even though it hurts. But if you are considering or you are stuck in a place in your relationship, just think about it. If you want to try couples therapy, try couples therapy. I think that's an awesome way to go. When I get married, I think couples therapy should be like a regular thing. I think it is so healthy for a relationship. But that's just my point of view on that. But ladies, I don't know if men watch this. Do what is best for you. Do not tear yourself down. Do not let someone else tear yourself down. Be confident in who you are with. Love them for who they are, not the picture they're painting you. Yes, the future scares me, but as we get older, things happen, things change. If you love someone so deeply and it makes you happy, go for it. Don't let anything hold you back. But more to come on that. And next week's podcast, I really want to focus on the rebuild after a breakup. Self-care, journaling, finding your routine again. Some tricks I can give you, some things that have helped me, things that have not helped. So, I promise next week we will talk about rebuilding yourself. But I hope you have a fabulous week. It is Wednesday. Um, my little sign here is my favorite saying. I don't know where can you see it right there. It's what I say at the end of every episode. Go do a random act of kindness this week. Go give someone flowers. Go hold the door open for someone. Tell someone you love them. I'm going to tell you that I love you, and I'll hold the door open for someone this week. And I will help someone if they are struggling. Anyways, I will see you next week. Love you. Bye.